30-day notice in Merida, y'all. The day has come. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I want to give a shout out to my new subbies. I just did 1,000 and I'm over 12. I'm like at 1230 or something. It's amazing, and I just appreciate you all's time. You all listening to me. I hope that I am offering some valuable information to start you off on your journey, whether it be to Merida or anywhere. I try to cover things that may happen and things that have happened to me so you can learn from my accomplishments and my challenges. So, welcome in, newbies, and my tried and true. I want to send a shout out to Alaska, y'all. I had a consultation with a young lady in Alaska. I just want to send a shout out. Mama, I made it to Alaska. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. So just a shout out to everybody. I was had a lot of people from the DMV, y'all my people, that's where I'm coming from. However, you all are viewing from Cali and the north and the south, coming from the dirty. It's just a mass herd moving through from all states, getting out of the way. The US BS, because it gets thicker and thicker. I am not directly connected anymore. The longer I stay here, the more detached I become. I did a video not too long ago on some of the things that I saw going on in the States. I had no idea that this stuff was going on. I just happened to be on TikTok and I saw it and I'm like, wow, okay. I got a new ring, y'all. Hey. If y'all need that, we got people down here selling wonderful jewelry, crystals, all kind of stuff. So anyway, and we'll talk about that in future videos. I'm gonna do some interviews. Still got Auntie Jackie coming, don't worry. I just got to pause for the calls because it's moving time, y'all. So I digress. We won't get off into the other things. I want to get to this moving because I am learning so much. So if you haven't seen it, and I got my notes, if you haven't seen it, go and look at Move Abroad and Thrive with Cortez, where he does a video on how to look for a house. Let's start there. How to look for a house, a townhouse, apartment. They do have apartments here, furnished, unfurnished. The things that I didn't really take into account when I first moved here. Now, I have talked about this before. You will have a starter home. It may not seem like it, but you will probably 8 out of 10 times this is going to happen. You're going to get a starter home, excuse me guys, where where you just kind of learn what you want and what you don't want, and what you like and what you don't like, and where you want to live and where you don't want to live. Access to shops or services. I know some people who move, kind of rurally into the suburbs, and they no longer can receive like Rappi, and I live for Rappi. Mexico is all about Rappi. Speaking of Mexico, I did get some questions about this thing that's going on, and I think it's Metamoris. Y'all know I pronounce stuff wrong in Mexico, but I know y'all know what I'm talking about with the people, right, with the kidnapping. So we are 24 hours from that location, and a lot of people know, I guess locally, we're not to go because, the cartels are a thing. However, Merida, the second safest city in North America, next to Quebec is number one, really gives me, no concern for that. So disconnected from that. And in the States, every day something happened. Every day something happened. And we've talked about this under our wives, right? So there's not really, it's like, okay, it happened, but it's not affecting us. We're not discussing it amongst each other. We're living the Merida life, And the more you mess around, the more you'll find out. And it looks from the story unfolding that there was some other things going on with that whole situation. So, I digress time too. So let's get into this moving thing. Merida, where to live here. So Cortez did a video on how to search through Facebook Marketplace to find a place to your liking, what you're looking for. I work with him, and if you guys haven't seen that, if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen how T and Niki actually came into existence, go back and look, and all of this will be in the description, the link at my journey with Cortez from the very first day all the way up. I think we did to 5 or 6 months, and now it's almost 9 months. So it's been a journey, okay? And I got a message from, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Now, come on, guys. There's so much information on Merida, not just from me, but from so many YouTubers on their journey, how they started, how they got where they are, where they went, how they did this, how they did that. And you got to do the work, period. You cannot slack, in any way. You owe yourself more than that. You got to invest in yourself and take the time. Most of the people looking at this have looked at so many videos about their move here and anywhere, Spain, anywhere they're trying to go, Thailand. And it costs, maybe not, it's currency is currency. So it may not be monetarily, but it'll be your energy, your time. But know that whatever you put in, that's what you will get out. So please research, know the fundamentals about Merida, about it being the second safest city. Look up the Battle of Merida that happened in Spain. Quite interesting. I dug really deep. I'm not saying everybody dig deep, but just get an understanding of, where you are and where you want to go and what you're trying to do. And what this place is about, other than the aesthetics and the peace of mind, honey. So go back, look at the video on how to find a place here. I looked at that video and I decided I would try it on my own. I'm like, I can do it, because Cortez helped me find my first house. I'll put a link to my house I'm in now. You'll see exactly how it looks. And I tell you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I keep it real. I bit off more than I can chew. I am over 50 and I am not trying to do a lot of maintenance. And this house requires a lot of maintenance. Now, it's not the house, it's me. It's not my lifestyle. See, the bus is passing by. It's too loud for my field of work. Like, I need peace to bring you guys these videos. I'm working on things, workbooks and things for you guys to use, to take with you through your journey. So, in my silent time, off camera, I'm still working. I still have a life. And I want to rest. I want some sleep. So you will not find out a lot of these things until you live in the house, until you experience it. Now, albeit I'm not, this doesn't suit my lifestyle, I'm thankful for being here. Because without this place, and it's furnished, it's great, I wouldn't be able to move to the next level. So be patient through these processes. If you move to a place and you find out right away you don't want to be there, it's okay to roll out, okay? So let's talk about breaking leases. Breaking leases and how that works. So in the States, you break a lease, it's like 1,000 penalties, and they'll send you to court. It's a whole lot of stuff. So here, you don't have credit, so to speak, like a credit score or something to follow you. That does not mean you abuse the system, right? Because I like the way it's structured, so I really respect how they work here. So, pardon me, I talked to my landlord and I said, I can't make it. I had a translator. I explained to him, explained to her, because of everything, the bus, my work, what I do, my job, it's too loud. And so I can't lose my job. And he told her. She didn't like it, but it seemed like she may have heard it before, or she felt the same way. I felt that energy. And also she understood. And you don't have to agree to understand. You know what I mean? So the one thing that she let me do, because it's a double deposit if you do not own property. They call it a guarantor here. If you do not own property here and know somebody that owns property that will sign for you or vouch for you, it's a double deposit plus first and last. So a lot of people pay quadruple or triple the rent. Now, what she did let me do is use one of those deposits for this month. So I didn't have to pay rent for this month. However, she absorbed that other deposit because one deposit was for the first month. So she absorbed that deposit. And that's fine because it can take care of the pain I messed up, for whatever. And the total of those double deposits, it wasn't even equivalent to 1 month's of rent where I was living in Maryland. So, and the freedom to be able to break the lease is a good thing with no severe penalties, So that's how that part works, breaking the lease. Now, I want to jump into finding a realtor and then we'll circle back to some processing part. So in the States, getting a realtor, working with a realtor. So I went online, started looking at these places. You can reach out to them via Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, and all of it's connected. And you'll see that on Cortez's video. And he will show you how to contact these people. And I happened to reach out to another local guy who had a realtor. So I'm like, cool. In the States, they look for the house and they send you listings, right? You log in the MLS, if anybody knows about that in Maryland. And you look at the house and you say yes and you have some conversation and you go see the house. Well, guess what? It don't work that way out here. No. I'm looking for the house, and then I send him the information, and he does the contact and the scheduling. Yeah, and that's of help, except it's time-consuming to look at the houses and even send them, and especially because I'm used to the aforementioned process. So it's been a bit of an adjustment, and there's been moments of silence that I'm not really comfortable with, because I'm ready to go. I could stay out here the whole 30 days and just, use the rest of the months because it's paid for, but y'all, my peace, this is a place of just refuge till the move, and I'm not moving. This is very important. Emotional moving. Because I'm upset or uncomfortable or want to move right away, I cannot make an emotional decision. That's how you'll make a mistake. Because you'll pick something and be in the same situation or a worse situation. And you don't want that for yourselves. Y'all don't want that for yourselves. I don't want it for you. So when you come from that starter home and you move into that area, okay, I'm looking for a house with a realtor, that's how it will work. That's how my experience went. Now, all realtors aren't the same. There may be some that look for you. He did send me something. We went and looked at 4 houses. 2 of them were no, because it was stairs. And then one didn't have a bedroom on the lower level. So write out your criteria of what you want, furnished, unfurnished. If you do know the places you want to live after your starter home, like Coquel or Tamazon Norte, research these different places, talk to people that live there, visit people that live there, right? That's always a good thing. And then also network as much as you can, talk to friends that have been here. I have a friend and she had a connect. Also, hidden fees, because when you start getting realtors, they need commission. So they're not going to charge you. However, they want commission off of the sale. So then you start getting into contractor fees. Now it's 5 deposits. It gets to be sticky. So watch yourself. I am still learning as I go through the process. I have not completed it. I'm actually just starting it. So, just a word to the wise, okay? Now, I exhausted myself on looking. We saw the 4. I found like 5 or 6 more. He kept telling me that he was getting a response. I had a friend of mine reach out because she speaks Spanish. Hey, girl. And she helped me. But this place just gave me, And it's kind of like a knowing, like when you see it, you're like, oh, you know what? This is it. This is the spot. And I haven't gotten that yet. So I'm staying with that because this place was like it. And like I said, long term, it didn't turn out to be the place, but it was definitely a place of refuge from where I'm coming from and a platform to take me to the next level because I'm learning so much and I can share with you guys. So I ended up reaching back out to Cortez. I'm like, do you have a return client program? Return client program or something that a sister can enroll in? And he was like, come on in, come on in. So shout out to Cortez for taking the sister on again. And it's so cool. So immediately my anxiety, my shoulders dropped. My anxiety was cool because we've been through this. He knows me. He knows, what I like. But the funny thing is I had to give him another description because it's changed from the first time that I was here. You know what I mean? It's completely changed. So, especially with this maintenance in this house. So pay attention to front yards and backyards because you need a gardener to do that, about 500 pesos a month. That's $25 when it's 20 to 1. Watch these rates, the exchange rates, guys. When I moved here, it was 20 to 1. Now it's like 18 and it's going down 17.87 to $1, which does not sound like a lot until you start doing tens and 20s and hundreds. So $1.20, $2.40, $3.60, and it starts to get to be a bit much. So to give you an idea, my rent here is $625 or 12,500 pesos, which is $625 when I moved in. But with the exchange rate, it got up to $691 for this past rental period, and I'm so glad I didn't have to pay the rent. So watch the exchange rate, download it on your phone as an app, and keep up with it. When you withdraw money from the bank, wait till a day with a better exchange rate. Cortez also talks about this in his videos. Go back and just binge watch. I'm telling you videos because the information for you guys that don't know where to start is out there. You just gotta watch it. You gotta do the work. And anybody who's watching this and is planning a move or in the process knows the work it took to get them where they are. Respect the game. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so reached out to Cortez. Right away, we went to go see something yesterday. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, huge for 500 pesos a month. At the exchange rate, it was, I'm sorry, not 5,000 pesos, 10,000 pesos, 500 USD. At the exchange rate, it was 555, which still wasn't bad, but the maintenance was a lot. It was enough. It wasn't a lot. It was minimal compared to where I am. Because y'all know I got fruit trees and everything. So, but it was just too big. It was too big. It had one room with a king-size bed in it and a twin bed. It had big screen TVs in every room. It was fully furnished. Kitchen, refrigerator, living room with the connectors for Roku and Prime and all. It was set up for somebody to prosper. Let me tell you, it was a good house. It was just too big for us. It was too big. Once again, maintenance. I'm on low maintenance. These floors get dusty, y'all, because they're all tile, ceramic tile. And a couple of days, they dusty and you got to mop. The housekeeper will come and hook you up. But these things are hidden costs that you say, oh, the house is just $555. Yeah, but the maintenance, the air conditioning to run because you got a bigger space to cool. The backyard was huge. Washing machine, you got a clothesline back there, and it had a fountain. It had a fountain in the back, a whole real water fountain. Maintenance, beautiful aesthetically. This house, beautiful aesthetically. Maintenance. So what's your level of maintenance? Now, if you got a husband, a son, and all that, they can go out and mow these lawns, it's nothing to you. But for us single women and older women, like low to no maintenance. So think about apartments, which I didn't even think about because the maintenance is minimum. Now, another thing about apartments, they're not stacked here a lot unless they're high rises, and they do have high rises. However, they're side by side. So you wouldn't have to worry about anybody being, below you or above you, hearing footsteps or whatsoever. So I'm learning all of this, y'all. So I reached back out to Cortez, went to go see the house. It was very big. It's going to be a no for me. However, it started the ball rolling. I needed his help again. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out. I get emails from you guys like, I need a lavanderia. I do not mind sending you information on local movers or the lavanderia, the doctor here, attorney, immigration. I have all that information. I'm building a resource, a section on my website. I joined Patreon, y'all, because I'm going to get y'all some content, workbooks. I'm working on so much. I'm excited. Okay. So don't ever be afraid to reach out to me for information. And, that's what I'm here for. So that's where we are in the process. We're still looking at houses. Now, Cortez is going to take on the role as, when you pay him, and this is what you get. The lady say, why you got to pay for the information? Because it's not just the information. It's the connections. It's the resources. It's the everything. It's the energy exchange. So just like you went and bought the Louis Vuitton bag and they just gave you a bag, this is life-changing. So invest in yourself, invest in your people who are offering some consultations or workshops or lives. Halisi over there, they go live every week with people on how to move all different places, the process. Look at these videos and take notes, digital, whatever you do. I'm old school. And review them and then make out a plan according to them. And just make one step, make a step, right? So that's where we are in the process. Working with Cortez, he's going to look for these places for him. I pay him. He's my friend, but he owns a business that's not only helping me, but helping others. And I know he'll take that and put it back in. Have you been to Move Abroad and Thrive? Have you seen the social network that he's built? See, when y'all get these consultations and stuff, I'm not chilling. I take their money and I pay Premiere Pro so I can make these videos, Canva, so I can get audio, all these different, the AI people. This stuff is not free, but I take it and I reinvest in us because we connected. I got the light and y'all running through. Harriet, I've been compared to that Underground Railroad. I'll be like, come on, run. I'm here for it. Be here for it with me. Okay? So that's where we are. I will let y'all know. I'll make another video. You'll see my face more often. Just as we get through this process. If I have to make a quick, short or something, I will, or a post. And thank you guys for liking and following my posts. I try to give you all, motivation in between the videos, in between the podcasts. Keep you motivated, keep you on your stuff. So the next houses, I'll definitely let you all know about. Also, we're going to do a video together. Cortez and I will move abroad and thrive. And so we'll probably go eat or something and talk about the house, see the house, the whole process, and what's happened since the last video. I think it was 4 months ago or 5 months ago. So it's been quite a while and a lot has happened. So also Spanish class, I just want to speak on this again. I made a video for Spanish class. I'll put it in the link in the description. That right now Tia Niki don't have enough room on her plate for it. However, I got the hookup for you. I was taking Spanish. I took it for a week, but I've taken a hiatus just to get this moving thing done. And then I'm going to pick it back up. So I put some links and I'll put them in the description of where you can get free classes, local classes. And guys, you can do this. You don't need me. You don't need me. You got it. Y'all got it. So, and then you'll be able to teach me. So, we did about the not knowing where to begin. You gotta do the work. Do the work. Invest in yourself. Get the consultations. Thank you all for the consultations. A shout out to all my folks. I've gotten a few this week. I will ask you again for your patience in my response with scheduling it on Calendly, which is very hard to say. But I'll send you a calendar invite where you would choose your own date and time. Go back and look at the video on how to schedule a consultation with me. The description of the process, and the link are below. Also, we went over the realtor versus the states. And don't take shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts, y'all. If you shortcut, you're gonna short yourself. You're gonna cut yourself short. Shortcutting. The best way is just to do it the right way for you. Now, like I said, for me, the house was too big. You could have walked in and been like, "Oh my God, for $500, you know what I'm saying? I'll take it." Merida has a certain charm. Cortez did a video about this too. It has a certain charm that will kind of pull you in, you know. So just be careful when you make decisions on where to live, how long to live. If you do feel more comfortable doing an Airbnb, do that first and get a lay of the land. Because Merida is a big small city, and a big small city. It's so many colonials, and everyone has a different feel, a different vibe. Los Americas is totally different from Chaberna, where I am, totally. Speaking of that, when I went to see that house last night, y'all, a bus passed by. That was 90%, right? 95% of it, right? Of the no. Don't be afraid to say no. Understand that these houses do go quick. So if you see it and you know it, get your money and get it right away. In the States, I'll think about it. In a couple of days, it'll still be available because it's so expensive. You know, people got to put money together and go to the bank to see about a loan. But here, you possibly $500, you're like, wait a minute, I can move in with $1,500. You know, it's something quick. And deals, a lot of people have a lot of deals like this one I looked at last night. The water and the internet were included. Now, I got my water bill last month. It was 11 pesos. That was 60 cents. I don't know if I can beat that, but that's what you're looking at when it comes to like those water and gas are not that expensive. It's that electric bill you got to worry about. Sometimes worry about depending on your funds, but definitely be aware of that you're going to have this electric bill, and when the summer Taki chip heat drop, you're going to need it on. That's why a lot of people go to the mall, the skating rink, the bowling alley, the beach, and get out of the house so you don't run the AC, come back at night, turn it on during the night. My electric bill was $150 for 2 months. You are billed here every 2 months for my new people. So that was roughly $75 a month, which is great because I run the AC. I do run it at night, and I run it on Saturday, late into the afternoon, just to rest and try to sleep a little later. So these are the things you want to look at. Also, when you are going to see a house, check the water pressure. Mama J wrote me a list that I'm supposed to have right now in front of me that I don't. So I'm going to go get it. It's magic. So also dogs. Watch out for dogs. So I got a list. And this is from Cortez, Move Abroad and Thrive, on looking for a place to live. Okay? So besides the realtor part, remember, go back and look at that. They may have you look for your own places and then take you out to see them and schedule appointments versus the states where they look for the house, send you the thing, or you pick it out and you meet. Okay, so moving to a new place. So you want to look at gaps under the doors and on the creases of the doors. That's where your little creatures get in. Y'all know I had the gecko incident in my house a few times. So make sure you do that. Look for cracks. Also in the screen, make sure the windows have screens. This house I looked at last night had a beautiful front door. It had a garage area that was fully ceramic tiled. Beautiful, no screen doors. I saw the gecko up on the thing. I said, they just gonna come on in and sit down and have sandwiches. So that's gonna be a no. So look for high traffic areas, buses, main thoroughways. Also, water pressure, we talked about that. Airflow through the windows and doors, and ceiling fans. Make sure you cover that. Let's see what else she has here. Cabinets, internet, hammock hangings, which most of them have. And make sure that the restroom pressure, kitchen water pressure is all good. So those are some things to look for once you find the house. You're like, oh, this is great. Do I want to be here? That's what you want to look for. So if you need a consultation, I am here for it. I'm here for it. Take the course. Thank you so much to everybody who has taken the time to take this course. I put a lot of myself in it, a lot of my experiences in it, to really try to paint a vivid picture of a landscape that you could follow, a guide to kind of follow to get you where you're trying to go. What I use, because I made it, I'm here. And I know you trying to make it, you want to make it too, but you just may not know how or where to begin or even have anybody to talk to. I want to let you all know you're not crazy. As you metamorph and go through these transitions and transmutations and transformations, some things and people may fall away, and that is okay, because they will be replaced with people who are on your same vibrational frequency, people who can help edify you and support you and not discourage you, but let you know, hey, even if I don't agree, I still support you. Even if I don't understand, I still root for you because I have your best interest at heart. And those type of people are rare, but when you find them, baby, hold on to them. I mentioned to you all I've been able to come here and find my tribe. Cortez did a shirt where he found his tribe. So it is here. It is here. The isolation is only momentary. It was a little cricket. The isolation is only a momentary, phase, and it's definitely the cocoon from the caterpillar to the butterfly. So allow that to happen. Invest in yourself. Send me an email, tianikiandmerida@gmail.com. It's free. Send me an email if you're working on a plan or you need a strategy, or you're like, hey, where do I begin? I can send you some emails, I can email you some information, some resources. But I'm going to tell you, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, it may not be easy, but it's worth it. And anything that's worth it is not easy. So you got to do the work. Do the work. Because what happens when you go to work? You get paid. And the universe is very giving, very, very abundant. Tap into it and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. So, it's kind of a short one today. Your girl got work to do. For my people who schedule consultations, please be patient with me through this process that I'm going through with the moving. Consultations are still open. I did not stop them. However, the scheduling is a little thin just because I need to be available to go see these houses. And I don't want to have to, have you reschedule. So it may be a couple of days out, but that's okay. Get on my calendar, because I'm telling you, it gets booked up. I had 5 consultations in 2 days a couple of weeks ago. So do it. I think the price point is great. Believe me, I won't rob it from you. I won't take it. Just wait for a response from me and just be patient, because all the time I'm not near my computer or near my phone. I still got a little bit of a personal life here. So, taking care of family and visiting friends and so forth. So, I think that's all I got for you guys. You got any questions, let me know. Take the course, get the consultation. Thank you for my new people hanging out. For everybody that's still with me right now, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I think that's it. So, Until next time, peace.